اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Okay, today our topic under discussion is control for substructures for the subjects computing semester 2nd in the department of BS Mathematics. Content of our today lecture is the decision making, number 2 loops, break and continue statement, switch or case statement, go to and label statement. We will discuss them one by one. First one is decision making. Decision making is used to specify the order in which the statements are executed. As we know, normally in a C language, statements are executed in a sequence in which they are coded in the program. But when you use a decision making statement in a program, you can change the flow of your control by using certain conditions in your program. Decision making in a C program is done by using if statement, if else statement, if else statement, nested if else statement, switch or case statement. Now we will see here the structure, the flow charts and example of these statements. Let's see. First one is if statement. The syntax of the if statement, you can see that here if is the reserved word and within the parentheses you can see a test expression and then body, and within the body of the statements you are having different type of statements, and the test expression is first tested. If it results a true value, the control flow is allowed to enter into the body of the if statements is in here you can see in the body. But if the condition is false, then it does nothing and simply the compiler will ignore this statement to be executed. Now here in a flow chart you can see the diagram of this structure. The test expression is first tested. If it is true, the control is transferred into the body of the loop. But if it false, the control is given to the next statement below the if statement. Now let's see a further explanation with the help of an example. Suppose you are writing a program to say that whether this number is negative number or positive number. So here is the C program code. Hash include iostream.h, hash include connu.h. Now both the files which you can see within the rectangular brackets, iostream and connu, these are the header files. They are present in the C++ library. Hash include is a preprocessor directive. With the help of this directive, you can add a file with your program, with your source code, in order to make it ready for your execution. Main here is a function. Every C program consists on functions. There would be at least one function in every C program, and that is the main function. Now here within the body of the main you can see a variable num. Num is the variable with the help of which is declared as int. Int is the data type. Cout is the output statement. With the help of this statement you are able to display the output of your program or display any kind of message if you are prompting to a user. Enter any integer. Now after this you have written cin num. Cin is the input statement. With the help of this statement you would be able to give values to the variables at runtime. Now further in a program you see the use of if statement. Here num is tested against a 0. This is your condition, num less than 0. This is the condition you have used in your program to check whether this number is negative. Now if num value is less than 0, whatever the value has been given by the user, if it really is less than 0, control is transferred into the body of this loop and you will get two output messages on the screen when you will run this program. You enter the negative number and you are in the body of the if. But if you have been entered a positive integer value to this num variable, now in this case your condition num is less than 0 is what? It is false. So control is not entered into the body of the if, and you are not allowed to see the output because in this case the condition is false. Simply compiler will ignore these two output statements. I hope you will understand this program. Try this program on using the C++ editor. Okay. Another type of statement is if-else statement. It is also a decision making statement. It is the enhanced version of the if statement. It works in two forms. Means if the condition is true, it performs one action, and if the condition is false, it performs another action. In the syntax you can see here is the reserved word if test expression. Now whatever the value of the test expression, whether it is true or false, if else will perform two different type of actions against a true value and against a false value. If the condition is true, if clause executed. If the condition is false, else clause is executed. In either situation the compiler will ignore one of two. If true, if clause will be executed. If false, else clause will be executed. You can see the flow chart. You can take help from the flow chart as well. And now see that if the condition is true, body of if is executed. If it is false, body of else is executed. And after the execution, the control is transferred to the statement just below the if else statement. I hope you will understand. Here is an example to understand. Now this program is used to display whether the number if user enter is even or odd. Now in this program you have declared two variables, one of type num and the other one is rem. Num is a variable type int, rem is a variable of type int. Both are the two variables. Here cout, with the help of the cout you will get a message enter any integer. Num is assigned a value during runtime by using the cin statement. Cin is the input statement. Now after giving any value by the user to the num, this value is divided by 2 and its remainder is calculated. Here you are seeing the sign of a percent. This percent sign is actually a mode operator or a modulus operator. With the help of this you can find out the remainder of any two integer. Now after calculating the remainder, the value is being assigned to the rem. Now if the value of rem is equal to 0, it means you entered an even number. But if the value of rem is not equal to 0, then in this case you will get the number is odd. Now this is how you have been used the if else in your program to test whether the given number is positive or negative. Okay, the third version of the if else statement is if else statement. The if else statement executes two different codes depending upon whether the test expression is true or false. But sometimes a choice has to be made from more than two possible